Hey, happy Sunday everybody. Just a little update on the baby Anolis Smallwood today. There's one of the older ones. I have 4 of them that when they first hatch I tried keeping them all together, so I don't know their exact hatch date. All of the other ones I know exactly when they hatch because I have them, with the exception of 2 that hatched on the same date. I have them all separate, so I know exactly when they hatched, but they are doing awesome. I don't know if you can tell on the camera or not. This one's got a little bit of a light blue. I believe she's a female on her head because she still has the crossbands, and so she was one of my March babies, as was this guy right here. And I say guy, I don't know, but you can tell, see the crossbands aren't there, so they say that those are probably males. I imagine they'll start getting their adult coloration in a little bit. It'll be interesting to see the ones that I end up, I have the longest, how long it takes them to actually get the appearance of a smallwood eye. They do look strikingly similar to hatchling equestris when they come out. So, and then we got this little one right here. So what I'm showing you, that these are 3 of the 4 oldest ones, and oh, there you go. A little bit of action there. Easy, buddy, easy. Very active. A lot of attitude on them. If they get away from me while I'm doing any maintenance or anything, they definitely want to give me a little pinch. So one of these enclosures does not belong. This guy right here, and let's see, where's my occupant for this one. This is also one of the original 4, and there she is. I believe it's a she. And see that stuff on the underneath of his mouth there? That's a Repashy grub pie. I put the Repashy grub pie in a little distilled gallon jug lid, and I offer that to him at least once a week, preferably twice, but it is labor intensive to do it in all these enclosures. But anyways, this one doesn't belong because as I was installing this top rack here, I had a bit of a tumble and I managed to shatter the acrylic panel on my 4th one of these, which, excuse me, my 5th one, which was a bummer. I'm gonna reach out to ZooMed or whoever and see if they have a replacement door, because I like these enclosures, but obviously I couldn't keep a baby in there. The baby was not harmed. Baby's doing awesome. So, and then here is my last little one that hatched out in March. Really dark, stressed out a little bit. They don't like having the camera in their face. I tried to take some still images with my camera earlier, just maybe a half hour ago. Sprayed them all down, so they're a little stressed right now. But easy, buddy. But yeah, a little spastic. If I only had one, or I purchased hatchlings, now would be the time that I worked with them to try to tame them down a little bit. But so these 5 enclosures right here, all those babies all hatched in March 30th, and these 4 sometime between the 15th and the 24th of March. And then we come over here and I kind of got these ones set up by date as well. And here they're I don't know if you can zoom in, or I can't zoom in on this camera, but see the stuff on the bottom of the jaw, or bottom of the mouth there? That's a Repashy grub pie, and the little cup is practically empty. So they love Repashy, grubs and fruit. I said grub pie, grubs and fruit. But anyways, so April 1st, April 6th, April 10th, April the 11th, 2 of them on April the 18th, 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. So 4/18/1, 4/18/2. See him back there, and this one I can barely see the tip of his tail or her tail, but she's hanging out in the back. We go down here, April 21st, a little guy right there on the branch. And April 25th, there's a tail in the back there. And then we jump into May, and that's probably a male up there in the top corner, May the 2nd. And I got a little out of whack here. Here's another May the 2nd. See him staring at us right there. There's May the 7th. And two of them, these are the two that hatched at the same time, or practically the same time. May the 13th, so there's two of them in there. They seem to be doing real good, getting along, but you can see where they lick up the grubs and fruit. And then as we go back over here, let me see if I can pull this down without too much hassle with one hand. Here is my first, well, let me get the camera up there. That is an Anolis Baracoa hatchling. My first one ever. We'll come around here. And he or she's got a little bit of the stuff on the bottom of her jaw too, or his jaw. But I was really happy that I got an Anolis Baracoa egg to hatch. So that was May the 16th. And then there's May 20th, another smallwood eyes in that enclosure. There's May 22nd, that little guy right there, another smallwood eye. And I can't see where the one in here is because I'm down at the bottom here. Oh, there in the back corner there. May 26th. Here's my second Anolis Baracoa in this enclosure. May the 30th. And I got a little out of order. May the 14th. Anolis smallwood eye right there. And there's May the 15th all the way on the back. So, like I said in the past, it is warm back here in this lizard room, but fed them some crickets yesterday, so that with the beginning of the clip was a couple of them that I would actually eat the crickets and I could catch it on camera. Feeding them small crickets, feeding them dubia, the rapashi grubs and fruit. The dishes all have some small mealworms in them. Some of them love mealworms, some of them don't seem to take it too well, but they are all doing great. I just ordered some packing material because I am going to start offering them up for sale here probably in a week and a half as soon as my packing material gets in. I'll go through Ship Your Reptiles. What I'm thinking is just based on some of the prices that I've seen on the internet and some in a local pet shop, but $200 for one, $350 for two, and $450 for three if you were to want three. So the more you get, the lower the price goes per animal. I'm not going to guarantee sex, but the conventional wisdom for the Anolis smallwood eye is the females will keep the crossbands and the males will begin to lose the crossbands. So some of them definitely have crossbands and others don't have crossbands, so that's how I would attempt to guesstimate what their sex was. Along with that, the cost that I just mentioned, I would also ask the buyer to pay shipping, whatever that may be, going through Ship Your Reptiles. And I definitely would insure them through Ship Your Reptiles for the live arrival guarantee. There's one of the moms. Let's see if she'll stay still for me for a second while I open the door. They are still laying eggs for me. Hey, pretty girl. How are you? Does not like having that camera in her face. But I have still have eggs incubating, so I will have some more. Still have some more Anolis Baracoa eggs incubating. And everything I'm talking about now, prices and all that, that's for the smallwood eye. I haven't decided on the Baracoa yet. Don't know what I'm going to sell them for. Probably I don't think they go for quite as much as the smallwood eye, but they're still, in May, so I want to, keep them around a little while longer to make sure they're doing well. So the other female and the male, they all hang out behind this log back here. But I'll be giving them some mealworms here shortly. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. Just a little update on the baby Anolis smallwood eye. They're doing great. I think they would make somebody an awesome exotic, crown trunk giant anole if you were so inclined and interested. I love the night anoles, and these happen to be some of the prettier, as far as patterning, and when they get the bluish tint to them, which they all go to shades. They'll get darker if they're stressed, which some of these are, because like I said, I just got them messing with them. But they're doing well. Keep them just like you would keep any arboreal, diurnal, daytime loving lizard. UVA lighting, full spectrum lighting. Make sure the bulbs are good. Make sure you place them appropriately. As high as humidity, they're a semi-tropical, tropical animal. Humidity is important. Mist them off once or twice daily. Insects, fruit, basking spot up into the 90s. Temperature, ranges higher towards the basking spot. It should be warmer. They should be able to go get cooler by getting behind something or going lower in the enclosure. As big an enclosure as possible. I think a small, tall Exoterra, like what I have the 2 female regular night anoles in, 24 inches tall, 18 inches wide, 18 inches long, is probably sufficient for one adult, especially an adult male. They tend to be bigger. Bigger is always better. I know there's definitely, I've gotten into some discussions on the forums about the sizes, and if you go by an ideal size, I'm talking zoo exhibit, none of my enclosures are big enough for the animals that I have. And I don't know, I just kind of reject the thought that I'm not taking care of them, or I'm not giving them the best home possible. And one of these days I'll do a full breakdown on everything I got going on here. I want to do a room tour, highlight everything in here, or maybe a collection tour, everything I got in the house and outside and in the living room with Jen's geckos and stuff. So, but I think that's going to wrap it up. I hope everybody's had a great week. I hope you're having a good Sunday. And that's it for now. But anyways, Enola Smallwood Eye hatchling update. If you're interested in 1 or 2 or 3, just send me a message. We'll see what we can work out. And until next time, take care. A little bonus, Sid mid-feeding there. He's very shy, and I just thought that was neat. I was going to leave the room. He went and attacked some super mealworms I just put in the dish, and he does not like having this camera in his face. He is an impressive night anole. This is not a Smallwood Eye, this is Anolis equestris, a Florida variety. Let's see if he eats anything else while I'm sitting here talking. Alright. Say goodbye, Sid.